It always begins quietly, a few falling stocks, a bank in trouble. Then suddenly, markets crash, people panic, and the world economy starts to tremble. But behind every financial crisis, there's something deeper than numbers and charts. There's political power, human fear, and trust. Because when economies fall, governments don't just lose money, they lose legitimacy. Welcome back to the Learning Studio. This is the final episode of our political science series, Part 1. And today, we'll explore how financial crises and political stability are tightly bound together. We'll uncover why economic breakdowns often lead to political revolutions, how financial shocks test the strength of democracies, and what lessons history offers for the future. When the market trembles, so does the state. In 1929, the Great Depression devastated economies and toppled governments across the world. People lost jobs, homes, and hope, and many turned toward radical ideologies, reshaping the global political order. Fast forward to 2008, and the story repeats. Banks failed, markets froze, and millions faced unemployment. But beyond the numbers, the real damage was psychological. Citizens lost faith in the system itself. Every financial crisis exposes a truth, that politics and economics are two sides of the same coin. You can't separate wealth from power or markets from morality. The political domino effect. Economic instability often triggers political change. Recessions spark protests, debt leads to dependency, and financial inequality fuels populism, as seen in movements from Occupy Wall Street to Brexit. Even international crises, like currency collapses or sanctions, can reshape global alliances, redraw trade maps, and alter the balance of power between nations. The modern age of uncertainty. Today, the risks are bigger, faster, and more complex. A cyber attack on a major bank, a sudden oil shortage, or a global pandemic can ripple across every economy in minutes. We live in an era of financial interdependence, where a single decision in one capital can impact lives on the other side of the planet. That's why understanding political stability in the 21st century means understanding financial fragility. Financial crises are not just economic events, they are political tests. They measure how strong, transparent, and trusted a government truly is. Because in the end, stability isn't built on money, it's built on confidence. And with that, dear learners, we've reached the end of Political Science Part 1. From ancient philosophers to modern global systems, from ideologies to institutions, we've explored how humans organize power, pursue justice, and build the world we live in. But remember, this is not the end of political science. In our next phase, Political Science Part 2, we'll move beyond theory into practice. We'll dive into real-world politics, how policies are made and debated in parliaments, how elections are strategized and analyzed, how international diplomacy works behind closed doors, and even how political campaigns and negotiations unfold in real time. We'll study case studies, simulate decision-making, and learn how political science actually functions in action. And while you wait for that, we're excited to announce our next learning adventures. Our upcoming playlists will take us into two extraordinary worlds. Nursing, where science meets compassion and care, and physics, where we uncover the invisible laws that shape the universe itself. Each series will come alive with the same whiteboard animation style, deep storytelling, and clear explanations that make learning not just easy, but unforgettable. Because here at the Learning Studio, we don't just study subjects, we study life, knowledge, and the world itself. Thank you for being part of this journey. Your curiosity is what keeps learning alive.